Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Voodoo here, and I'm very pleased to officially welcome you back to the weekly ritual. Today is Monday, November 11th of 2013, and finally, after a very long month plus of really hard work and stress revolving school, revolving applying to pharmacy school, actually taking the pharmacy college admissions test. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago. After all of this and not really doing anything of any note on YouTube, I'm back, and the weekly ritual has returned. It will continue as normal now, every week, as it used to. So welcome back. It's good to be back. And what a week this is to bring back the weekly ritual, which is why I brought it back this week on purpose, because of how much stuff there is to talk about and what an exciting week this is going to be in gaming in general, and certainly here on YouTube, with the release of two major things for me that I am very excited about. And the two major things are going to be, firstly, on Tuesday, the first part of the story-based DLC for Bioshock Infinite, Burial at Sea, will be released. And it's really hard to believe that Bioshock Infinite came out in April of this year. This year's kind of flown by. I mean, it really doesn't feel like it's been that long since I played Bioshock Infinite. But it has been. And so, it's actually been quite a while that we've been waiting for this DLC. And it's finally here. I'm very excited about it. And then, of course, on Friday, which is a ginormous event, is the release of PlayStation 4. The next generation begins this Friday. It's been quite a long few years of the current gen, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox 360. We've seen gaming go to places that it's never, people never dreamed gaming could go with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. They've been tremendous consoles, both in their own right. They've each had their share of problems, but it's kind of bittersweet. We have these two consoles and all these memories that we've had. The tremendous, amazing games that have come out on both these systems, and it's time to say goodbye to them and move forward. If you are getting the next gen when it comes out this weekend or next week with Xbox One, those who are waiting get to hold on to the current gen a little bit longer. But come Friday, these systems will officially be old and the last generation. They will officially be in the past. We're moving on to bigger and hopefully better things, and it's a very exciting time. So that comes out Friday. Big deal. I have really good, exciting news about my coverage of it that I felt was going to be lacking for a while, and it was a big source of contention with me as far as gameplay and how I was going to capture gameplay when I could capture gameplay. I have extremely good and exciting news regarding that, which many of you may know about and probably do if you saw the last video I posted on Thursday before I went on vacation this weekend. So I will update you on that situation. There's been some happenings regarding that, and I will explain everything in this video. So, to start, we will go ahead and talk about what I've been doing on YouTube in the past couple of weeks. Grand Theft Auto 5. I began playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I played 15 parts. I only have 13 up. I still have 2 left to upload, which I'll be uploading very shortly in the coming couple of days to finish that off. And Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be taking a back seat for a while, and I'll explain why a little bit later when we talk about the PlayStation 4 coverage. But Grand Theft Auto is going to be going on a break for a while. It's not going to come back probably for a couple of months. It's going to be on the back burner for a good while. I do want to come back and play Grand Theft Auto 5 all the way through and experience it and beat the game. I really enjoyed the first 15 parts I played of it. I think it was a good move. That's another big thing. I decided to not play Batman Arkham Origins anymore. I did not upload the videos I took of Batman. Instead, I played Grand Theft Auto 5. I think that was a good decision. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you want to check out the first, few parts of Grand Theft Auto 5, my playthrough, and see if you like that playthrough, and it's kind of a preview of what's to come a few months down the road when I pick it up and do really a full playthrough of Grand Theft Auto 5. So I've done that. I've uploaded a couple of Voodoo logs over the course of the past couple weeks, explaining some things, keeping you guys up to date as best as I can. Voodoo logs is a series that will continue despite the weekly ritual returning. It will be a series that continues because it's an easy way for me to update you guys during the week on what's going on, or to share some things just off the cuff that I normally wouldn't in videos such as this. So that's a series that will continue. So if you like that, finally a series where I do short-ish vlogs, and you don't have to watch 20 to 30 minutes of each vlog, that will continue, so don't worry. So, I did that, and that's basically what I did on YouTube the past week or two. So, as far as this week coming up, first let's talk about the Bioshock Infinite DLC, because that's what's coming up first before PlayStation 4. Extremely excited for it. We are going back to the world of Rapture, with Ken Levine doing the writing, which he hasn't done the writing for Rapture since Bioshock 1, and going back to a time in Rapture's history that I have always said since the first game that I wanted to experience and wish I could experience and hope that they would go to, and that's Rapture in its prime, before the Civil War happened, before it went into chaos, to see Rapture in its utopian state, and to see what the city was like back when it was brand new. We're going to be in that time period. I couldn't be more excited about it. I'm super hyped for it, and it's going to be great. So I'm going to be playing it on Tuesday through Thursday of this week. I will be beating it, I assume. I've heard it's about 4 to 6 hour DLC, which I'll knock out most likely by Wednesday. But footage of the Burial at Sea DLC begins on Wednesday. I'll be playing it on Tuesday, and Wednesday I'll begin to upload the footage of it. It's going to be fantastic. I loved Bioshock Infinite, one of my favorite games of all time. I think my second favorite game of all time, second to Bioshock 1. And this DLC is going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. So you're not going to want to miss my playthrough of the DLC, because I plan to really enjoy it. I'm going to explore it thoroughly. I'm going to take as much time as I can take with it to explore this world and just really have fun with it and go in depth. So that's coming. That footage begins on Wednesday, alright? Now, let's talk about PlayStation 4, because there's a lot to talk about, and I want to tell you guys what my weekend plans are looking like, and what are my plans going forward, what games am I going to be playing, in what order, and gameplay footage. So let's get that out of the way first. There's been a big issue, as you know, with me direct capturing gameplay for PlayStation 4. And for a very long time, up until Thursday of last week, it was my understanding that I would not be able to do direct capture of PlayStation 4 at launch because, of course, of the HDCP and no component output on the PlayStation 4, which is what I use to bypass on PS3, the components. And it was my impression that there were ways to bypass the HDCP, but it would be very expensive, upwards of about $80, all things in consideration, shipping and all the other stuff calculated in, with a converter box, HDMI to DVI, a couple of additional cables, optical cables, sound cables, and all that other kind of stuff. And I said, I'm not going to spend $80 to do launch gameplay, because Sony did come out and say that they were going to release a patch some point post-launch, no time frame given, but some point after launch, to remove HDCP for games and allow direct capturing of games through HDMI without any kind of conversion. And I said, well, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and not do launch gameplay and just have to wait until the patch comes out, because I don't want to spend the $80. Well, I did a little bit more last-minute, desperate searching on the internet last week to see if there was any other way I could get around it, because there is no information available as far as I know on this patch. There's no time frame. There's nothing like that. So I have no clue when this patch is supposed to come out. And I actually found a very simple, very cheap workaround for HDCP. I made a video on it on Thursday. I would recommend you watch it. If you haven't, let me briefly explain, and this is good information for all those people excuse me, on YouTube who want to do direct capturing. There is a device, it's made by a company called Sewell, S-E-W-E-L-L, and it is a little converter box, very small, and basically splits the HDMI into two outputs. The way this thing works is it's a little box. On one end it has one input for HDMI. On the other side of the box there are two outputs for HDMI. And that simple splitting of the signal into two separate output ports removes the copyright, removes the HDCP. I've researched it, it works for PlayStation 3, people have used it for PS3, and it works. Now the way this box works is you plug one, you're going to need 3 HDMI cables, so that's the catch. If you do direct capturing already, there's a good chance you already have 2, and there is going to be an HDMI bundled with the PlayStation 4 system. So if you have 2 and you're getting PlayStation 4, you'll have 3, which is the case for myself. And the way it works is you take one HDMI cable, you plug it into the HDMI port on your PlayStation 4, and you plug it into the one input port on the Sewell converter box. Then you take a second HDMI cable, you plug it into one of the output ports on the Sewell and connect it to your TV, which will give you your display. You take your third HDMI cable, you plug it to the second output on the Sewell converter box, and put the other end in your capture card, which then plugs into your computer through USB most likely, and that's how you get your direct capturing. That's it. That's how it works. Very simple. Now the best part of all this is that this converter box for Sewell only costs $25. Now, I bought it through eBay, straight through the Sewell company. It cost $25, no tax, and no shipping charge. It was $25 flat. That's what I bought. So I did in fact buy this converter box. Now, a couple things happened. When I went to go buy the thing, it said that they had plenty available and that would be here by Wednesday, which obviously means it would be here for PlayStation 4 launch. Then, after I bought it, I got an email saying that it was on back order and that they wouldn't be getting any more of them until today, the 11th of November. So I left a comment on that video saying, you know, bad news everybody, looks like I may not have it for launch, I may have it a couple days after because it's on back order. Well, then I got an email, I believe it was on Friday or Saturday, stating that they actually shipped it. So I don't know what happened, I don't know what the screw up was there, if it was back ordered, if it wasn't, if they got a shipment of it before they thought they would or whatever. But apparently it is shipped and it's on its way. And there's no confirmation it's going to be here before launch, but if it was going to ship on Friday and be here on Wednesday, you would think that if it ships on Saturday, one day later, it would get here, you know, at least by Friday of this week. So that's what I'm counting on, is that it gets here on Friday, and of course that it works, but there's no reason it shouldn't work. It's the same HDCP, it's on PS3, and it works with PS3, so it's going to work. But it's just a matter of it getting here on Friday, which I'm fully confident it's going to, and it said it's only going to take 3 to 5 business days, and Monday through Friday is 5 business days, so at the most extreme, it'll get here still on Friday. So I'm counting on it to be here, and I think it's going to be, which means I will have launch day gameplay of PlayStation 4. So very exciting news. I thought I wouldn't be able to do it. Looks like I'm going to be able to do it. So here's the plans. Here's what I'm thinking about doing to cover the PlayStation 4 launch. Alright? It is pre-ordered at GameStop at my house back in New Orleans. So, you know, I'm up here in Baton Rouge at school, which means I'm not going to be able to do midnight release for it because I'll be here and I have school on Friday. So unfortunately, no midnight release. That's okay with me because I really don't feel like waiting outside for like 2 to 3 hours just to pick up this thing when I could just wait till the next day and pick it up mostly hassle-free. So what I'm going to do is obviously go to class Friday. I'm going to drive back home on the 15th. Now my mom said that she would actually go pick up the system for me on Friday, so that I should have the system at my house when I get home. If that's the case, that would be awesome, because then it saves me the trouble of going to pick it up. But regardless of that, I will get the system on Friday during the day, afternoon. I will immediately film an unboxing of the entire system, of the whole PlayStation 4 system. We're going to unbox it, take a look at the console, take a look at the DualShock 4. It'll be the first time I hold the DualShock 4. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about size. We're going to talk about feel. We're going to talk about look of it. All that other kind of stuff will be covered in the unboxing video of the PlayStation 4. Then what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to set the whole system up. I'm going to download the massive day one patch for it that basically makes it not a brick, and actually makes it a PlayStation 4. I'm going to set up everything. Now, I am going to be setting up a new PlayStation Network account, because I want a new name, basically. I want a new PSN ID. Now, I have some ideas in mind for the PSN ID. I don't know yet exactly what it's going to be, or if they're going to be taken, and I'm not going to say them now. But whenever I set the thing up and set up my new PSN ID, I'll be letting you guys know what that PSN ID is. Now, same kind of rules apply for, well, I won't say that. I won't say that I'll only accept people I know on PSN. We'll see, okay? I may institute a policy of accepting anyone who sends me a friend request from YouTube on PSN. Because I heard PSN is like, you can have 2,000 friends or something now, so I may institute that. I won't talk about it now. I'll decide later. But I will let you guys know what my PSN ID is after I've set it up and everything. So that's what I'm going to do off camera. Then begins launch gameplay on the PlayStation 4, which for me is going to be Call of Duty Ghosts. I filmed an unboxing for that game on Thursday. I put it up on YouTube. I already have it. They released it on Tuesday of last week. So I have that game, and I will be playing. Quick time check here. Alright, so Call of Duty Ghosts is my launch game. Now, I have set up from GameFly to receive Killzone Shadowfall, which I should be getting early next week. So, Friday and Saturday I will be doing direct capture of Call of Duty Ghosts, the campaign, obviously the multiplayer, and some of the other modes. And I will begin uploading gameplay late Friday night when I go to bed. So, after midnight, I'll begin uploading gameplay of Call of Duty Ghosts. And I'll be playing that. And then when I get Killzone Shadowfall, I will be playing Killzone Shadowfall as well. In conjunction with Ghosts, and uploading that as well. Now, big note here that I'm going to attempt to do this. It didn't really work out too well with PS3 and Xbox 360, but I think it might work out a lot better with with PlayStation 4, and I think really I should try at least to do this. I'm going to do my best to begin recording in 1080p, because these games for PlayStation 4 will be rendering most of them in 1080p, whereas most games for the last gen was 720p. So there was really no reason for me to do 1080p direct capture on the current gen, because the games didn't even render in 1080p. These games do. So I'm going to attempt to do it. Now, I know that doing 1080p, it's a lot bigger files. It takes up a lot more room on my computer. I could manage it and just not let them accumulate on my computer. And, so we'll have to see. I'm going to try to do it with Call of Duty Ghosts. It should be an easier game to do because it's going to be a shorter game. There won't be as many parts like in the campaign and all that, to where if I start doing 1080p and, it sucks and I can't do it. I can't actually do direct capture in 1080p that's going to work with my, work with what I do. I won't be stuck doing it for a long game and have all that kind of pain. It'll just be a little shorter game. So I'm going to attempt to do it. If it works out well, I'm going to adopt 1080p direct capturing from here on out for PlayStation 4, because the games will render in 1080p. Sorry. So I'm going to attempt to do that. And that's basically how it's gonna go. I'm gonna have to do Call of Duty Ghosts, then I'm gonna do Killzone Shadowfall, and then after I'm done those 2 games, I'm gonna get the next 2 games, or I'm gonna play the next 2 games that I really want to play for the system, which is going to be Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Battlefield 4. I want to at least play Battlefield, check it out. Those are the 4 launch games for PlayStation 4 I'm really interested in playing. Sorry, hold on, I need to get a drink. My throat is drying out on me. So, oh, sorry, I hit the camera. Well, that was fun. I'm sure you enjoyed that, me spilling tea all over myself. I didn't think there was any, there was barely any tea left in the cups, so so I put the thing pretty far back thinking I was going to have to get the tea, and it ran out all over me, and I look like a fucking idiot. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, but that was embarrassing. Anyway, so despite all that nonsense, back to what I was saying. Assassin's Creed 4 and Battlefield 4, I'm gonna get those after. I have no interest at all in Need for Speed. I don't really have much interest in knack, and I don't really think, other than sports games, I don't really think that there's anything else really coming out for PlayStation 4. So that's the list of stuff I'm gonna be doing. Now, as far as vlogs, I plan on doing obviously the unboxing, and then later on in the week, or next week, sometime toward the end of next week, I'm going to do a video talking about the PlayStation 4 launch, my initial reactions. The reason I'm going to wait a little while is because at home I have my old TV, the one that I did a good majority of pointing the camera at and filming on my YouTube channel, which is my 720p TV. So initially, I won't be seeing the game in the full quality yet until I get back up here where I have my 46-inch 1080p. So I'm going to be playing it on launch the first couple days on 720p. Then when I get back up here playing on the big TV, I'm going to have the full 1080p. I can really get the full effects of the graphics and all that cool stuff. And waiting until next week gives me a good amount of time to get used to the system, to test the online with Call of Duty, to get about a weekend with the DualShock 4, to play a couple of games, Call of Duty and Killzone, to really see what the PS4 is capable of. So toward the end of next week, I'll be doing a vlog of initial reactions, thoughts on the PlayStation 4, and talking about everything that I think about it. I'm also planning on doing a second vlog as a farewell to the current gen. I'm going to be doing it's probably going to be a Voodoo's thoughts about my experiences with the current gen. Because the current gen is really when I got into really experiencing video games. I'd always played some video games growing up throughout my life, going back to the old Sega Genesis, and I played a few games on PlayStation 2, I played a few games on Sega Dreamcast, I played a lot of games on Nintendo 64. But this current gen is really when I got into gaming. When I really understood gaming, I played all sorts of different games, and started this channel and everything else. So I'm going to be making a video talking about my experiences with this current gen, going back to the times when I first got it. The first thing I got was a PlayStation 3, and I played Resistance 1 on it, and that's what launched my whole interest and everything in gaming. So I'll be talking about all that on a special Voodoo's Thoughts vlog. So I'll be doing that. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to be doing that. At some point next week, maybe early next week, I'll be doing that. And then late next week, doing the first reactions of PlayStation 4. We'll have to see. But those are the vlogs I'm planning on doing regarding PlayStation 4. So that's pretty much it. That's the schedule. Again, to run down the schedule for you for this week, and then with the PlayStation 4, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe early Friday, depending on how the uploads go, you'll see the Burial at Sea DLC for Bioshock Infinite, part 1 of that DLC. It's a 2-parter. It will, for all intents and purposes, be uploaded in its completion. I don't foresee myself not finishing that this week. So that will be up, and then starting late Friday, the first thing that will come up Friday evening-ish will be the unboxing of the PlayStation 4 system. Then very late Friday night into early Saturday morning, you will begin. Of course, if everything goes well with the Sewell splitter, you know, assuming that I get it on time and that it does in fact work, which it will. But really, the issue is if it's going to get there. If it doesn't, I will let you guys know immediately, and I will make a video explaining to you that it's not here, and we'll go from there. But right now, we're operating on the assumption that it will get here on time and it'll work out just fine. So you'll see late Friday night, early Saturday morning, the beginning of Call of Duty Ghosts, the campaign. All through the weekend, you'll be seeing Call of Duty Ghosts campaign, and if I beat that, multiplayer. And then early next week, you know, well, some point next week, you'll also begin to see Killzone Shadowfall upload. Of course, as I beat those games, I will be doing Voodoo's verdicts on them, as I normally do. You'll also see those two vlogs, my vlog about my Voodoo's thoughts about the history of myself with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and then a vlog toward the end of next week talking about my first impressions with the PlayStation 4 after about a week. I'll be doing that. I will be getting PlayStation Plus to play online, so I will be getting that. And yeah, last thing to note before the video runs out of time, which it's about to do in about 4 minutes, is that I have 5 weeks of school left, including finals. And my work is not over. There's still a lot of work to do. In fact, tomorrow I've got a paper due and a test, neither of which I really have started that much on because I was on vacation in Nashville this whole past week, or weekend. So all day today I'll be doing work for school for tomorrow. But the next 5 weeks, including finals, will be packed with stuff. From time to time I'll have very much work to do, which means that there will be some times still in the next 5 weeks that the channel may slow down a little bit as I focus on school. Once school is out, okay, I will be having another oral surgery, which is supposedly going to be the final one I have to have. We'll talk more about that as we get closer, but that will probably knock me out for maybe a day or two at the most, so that won't really be a big deal. But once this semester is over, which ends on the, I believe it ends for me, it's the week of December 10th through the 16th-ish. That's the week of finals, so that's my final week. Once that ends, the channel will be back in full force, really no limits, because I won't have to worry about school anymore, and I can focus a lot on the channel and PlayStation 4. So that's what I will be doing. And yeah, so welcome back to the channel. This week is huge. It's going to be big time. Bioshock Infinite DLC and PlayStation 4 launch. It's going to be amazing. I hope you all come along for the ride. I know that a lot of YouTubers are going to be doing PlayStation 4 launch gameplay and all that other stuff, so I'm really kind of just relying on the fact that you guys want to see my specific gameplay and unboxing of the system and all that, because all the big YouTubers are going to beat me to it. They're going to be there at midnight, they're going to be doing all the stuff, and of course I can't keep up with that, so I'm just kind of relying on the fact that you guys want to actually see me unbox the system, see me play Grand Theft Auto, me play Call of Duty, me play Killzone, because I am going to be behind those guys a little bit, because it's not my job, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, hope you guys enjoy the relaunch of the channel. It's going to be spectacular. I'm excited, I'm pumped up, and I will see you guys starting in a couple days on Wednesday with Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea DLC, and this weekend with all things PS4. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'm really excited, and I hope to see you this week here on the channel, and I hope you join me for the fun. So thanks, and I'll see you real soon.